And maybe the most famous from DC, like DC has less, but DC has one, and he's from a famous a fictional, like the sidekick of Batman, Robin. He was as a young children first Robin, then later he's called Nightwing, and there are also even comic books with Robin on Nightwing, where they show his background story, but also where he meets some old guy who is a friend to his grandpa, and he speaks with them in Roma language.
Really? I didn't know that. That's interesting.
I think it's the Kaltarash dialect or Anglo-Romani, I don't know. But if you go to Google and write DC, Robin, and Romani, and then when you go to the pictures, you will find some screenshots of the comics, where will you find that they used Romani language when he was talking to his dad in like a background story, because Robin, like his parents, spoiler, but okay, like they died, from an accident, and so they show like background stories, how he was talking to his dad in few words in Roma language, and also when he was older, there was like some scene where he was going to the graveyard to from his parents or grandparents, and then he met some old guy when he was talking to him in Roma language. I think it's interesting.
I will search that. It's really interesting. I didn't know that.
Now, also, it's interesting for me that because in anime there's also some Romani characters, and so like Roma are known even in Japan. And Full Metal Alchemist is like an anime, and anime is also like they have a series, but also sometimes they get movies, and they have one movie it's called Conqueror of Shambhala, and there is one character who is called Noah. So it plays in the time between the First and Second World War, like in Germany in like 1920. So they show people who can't be Sinti or Roma, but also they talk in Romani language. And it's also interesting, the activist from Berlin, Tayo Awuzusi Onuto, and she's also a singer, and she was doing the soundtrack for this movie. So I remember when I met Tayo Awuzusi Onuto for the first time, then when I know in the group we talked about anime, and then she saw that we are into anime, and then she asked us, "Do you know this anime?" And then she said, "Yeah, we know it." And then she was like surprised that this anime is famous and that we know it. And then she told us she was singing the soundtrack for this movie, like for the German dub. And then we was like, wow, cool. So actually, it's something good because the topic is about Roma. So the anime is not about Roma, but the anime movie, like special movie, is about Roma, and then they used Roma people for this. So I think it's cool.